We're back, guys. ChatroulleteboyZ taking on Ogre in Game 2, and Game 1 going CZ's favor, as they played a pretty tight game there, and Ogre really couldn't find any cracks to worm their way through to a victory. Ended up taking a climactic team fight, and that turned into GG. So after about 40 minutes of waiting around for them to do something, they finally did, and then they ended the game. Oh well, and it looks like more of the same. Man.
This game, Archie Tiger bans Ophelia. That's interesting. Do you know if there's any good Ophelia players on?
Bunny General is their jungle player, and I think he does play Ophelia. I don't know how well he plays Ophelia, but I think he's mostly a Parasite Tempest kind of guy. And he doesn't play Keeper, I think he does. Not sure.
I wonder what kind of ban Ophelia is like. What that hints towards what you're gonna pick.
Generally, yeah. I think perhaps Archie's like, I can't pigeonhole myself this badly, and he doesn't want to be like, well, maybe he figured I'll ban the Parasite and Ophelia out because Hellborn have to ban Cthulhu and Swiftblade. That means I get Tempest. I didn't first pick Tempest, so I'm confused.
Tempest would probably be the hero you'd pick if you ban Ophelia.
Well, yeah, I mean, he bans Ophelia Parasite, Hellborn ban Cthulhu and Swiftblade, so there's only one of the traditional 3 junglers right now. I suppose Keeper of the Forest is working his way back into that conversation. And then to not first pick Tempest? I mean, that would have allowed Magma's Kraken.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the reasoning is there. If you ban something specifically to pick a hero, then not pick it, that's pretty weird.
Oh well, it worked out. He got Tempest in the end, so whatever strategy he was attempting to employ there, apparently it went pretty well for him. Yeah. On the other hand, they have a lot of Tempest cancelers so far, and we're only 3 picks deep on the Hellborn team. Kraken and Keeper obviously both very well versed in that role.
Hellborn is going, like, so far they don't have much damage. Rhapsody and Keeper has not a good damage dealers, and Kraken is like 50-50.
Right.
I think. So let's hope to get some damage heroes over there, like Hag or something.
And I mean, they're still looking probably for a short lane hero, so I would imagine that will be their damage-oriented hero. Yep. I really like Soulsteel so what bands there from Legion.
Yeah. Soulsteel would be a good pick here for sure.
That would be fantastic. That was the one I had my eye on. TDL is still on the board, so that could hold some power.
A bit too many melee heroes against the Tempest though, is the big TDL. So I'd like to see a range carry.
It's definitely true. So, alright, well, we got Hag then, and we've got... that's pretty much it.
Engineer.
Yeah, Hag, I'd like to see Hag. Let's see what they pick. They could pick Puppet, I guess. Puppet would be great.
Puppet would be good. That wouldn't be bad. It would give them some single target lockdown against Dr. Repulsor.
Yeah, it's very good against Doctor.
So, I mean, they already have plenty of team fight. They really don't need too much more of that. They have the Raps to keep a combination, which is fantastic for pushes, in my opinion. But both teams are really going, once again, pretty much all out in this team fight thing. Engineer on top of the Dr. Tempest Magma, so it's like CZ's going to pick, 4 team fight oriented heroes and then a solo oriented hero. Last game it was a bunch of team fight oriented heroes and Mage Bane. This time apparently Dr. Repulsor is their choice. Chipper.
Wow. What the? Is that hero coming back?
Well, we see it with some frequency. He was 8-0 in Cycle 2. It was impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, in Diamond. No, that's not bad.
That's amazing.
It's we see it every so often. It's not.
Maybe I should start treating him with the respect, because I don't have much for him right now.
Like Chipper. It's
maybe this will be the game that.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you get to
maybe
talk.
this. Maybe this will be the game where I'm convinced Chipper is good here.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I think he's a lot like Pebbles, in that they both have massively magical burst damage. The difference is Chipper's got range, and he's also got his ult, which does even more stuff, especially when comboed with like a Kraken or a Keeper. Kraken Chipper is fantastic. Pharaoh Chipper is fantastic. So if you have a little bit of lockdown, then the saw blades, they crush. But alright, Madman. It's a bit of a greedy lineup.
You know if when Madman uses Geometer Spain, do you know if his ultimates gets a spell?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever seen a Madman Geometer Spain.
Because I like getting a Geometer Spain with an agi carry against the keeper. Maybe Shrunken is enough.
And last game, I mean, they had Keeper on Bunny, not on Bunny General, it was on Dem Strats, yeah. And they chose to go for just the one route. And obviously, Shrunken Heads are going to be of high priority on this Legion team, considering the Hellborn. But
considering it will basically neglect everything but Puppet Master.
And the Puppet Master is the right click's the only thing that's going to work there either, because even the Puppet Master abilities aren't going to work. The Voodoo Puppet doesn't take any damage because it's magical damage.
Exactly. So I'd like to see actually Shrunken on all but everyone but the Engineer in this game.
Engineer could get a Shrunken.
If he has a PK and like full support wards and stuff, then sure.
PK, full support wards, push book, Shrunken Head.
Well, I don't think he needs a push book if he has a PK in Shrunken.
That was more of a team fight, not for himself, more for his allies, because they've got Kraken, Chipper.
No, actually, yeah, that's true. A PK against a Kraken is like, you need that.
Yeah. And I would imagine Magnus will get one, but having two is so usually my preferred density. And in some lineups, even having 3 can be very good. Anyway, we should, I don't know if we ranked 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 8, 20, 8, 21, 22,
okay.
23.
Fixed.
Good stuff. Don't want to get off.
This time you remembered it.
Yeah. Between the two of us, I think. It's usually going to be you, and then every so often I'll be like, hey, there's that thing. Adro going to block a couple of camps with wards. And so,
Tempest has a few items only. I wonder, maybe he pulled?
Like, yeah, he must have pulled regen.
He must have pulled a lot of regen, because he's missing many items.
I mean, Madman has 6 tangos, a health pot, 2 mana pots, a shield, and minor totem. So I'm guessing he was the recipient of the vast majority of that, because it looks like everybody else more or less has their own gold.
Oh, actually, he has 200 saved up on Tempest. That's one.
Oh, that's true too. So he's going to Blood Chalice build as well, which is interesting. That's something we've started to see a little bit more. Zlapt, apparently the big proponent of it, and he likes Blood Chalice and Meteor. It's
what?
It's different.
I guess Meteor for stacking a couple of times.
I guess, yeah. Good. I haven't really looked at it all that carefully. Oh, and actually, he's gonna lose a couple of minions before they split. That was real bad.
That's gonna hurt.
He'll still kill this Vagabond leader, but he's taking a lot of damage for it. He's actually stacked the camp as well.
And no regen either. He's so vulnerable. If they would have like a scout or something, suicide or anything.
But it's the Chipper suicide, which is again something that we've seen. Are you?
It's good versus Doctor, I guess. If it's only 1 versus 1, he's so bad if he gets ganked. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, and usually...
He can over them like 30%, that's it.
That's why we're going to see this Word of Sight down here in the blocking the medium camp. Yeah, and
that's a well-placed word, because if they try to counter-word it, they will probably counter-word another spot.
And both sides going at it a little bit in the middle lane, but nobody doing too much. Middle lane is Engineer and Magnus, tried and true, very powerful combination. Going up against Kraken Rhapsody, which less tried and true. Well, it is more tried, and I'm not sure how true it is, but it is not uncommon by any means.
I don't like Kraken in dual lanes mid.
Me neither.
He doesn't bring much.
Me neither.
And much damage or anything. He needs the levels.
He needs the levels. He doesn't provide additional kill, really. It's basically going to be about, it's only a little bit better than they would by himself, and bottom lane actually Chipper could be in some trouble and almost certainly is dead. Yep, is dead.
Oh, that was crushing.
That was real bad.
He even had trees to cut his way through.
Direct pathing.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to see Rhapsody going top and counter-wearing that and start pulling or something. Because he's just taking experience, basically.
And, I mean, honestly, I'd kind of like to see Rhapsody in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, but then they will just move engineer there.
Which I'm mostly okay with. I think Kraken versus Magnus. Kraken has a pretty good chance of winning this lane. But she's not going to do too much against this Madman. She can't really box him out with the stock and the barrel, and actually can die to him. I don't really want her taken farm away from Chipper either, though. I don't know, the way they set this up, she doesn't really have a great place to be.
No. She's not that good of a roamer either.
Right. And honestly, roaming in general, I'm not really a fan.
It's definitely not a safe thing. Needs some luck.
There's so much potential for it to go wrong. Unless you're getting kills pretty consistently, you're not going to get any experience. And for a role that's already usually suffers from a pretty serious lag of experience,
Yeah.
nerfing that even further is a big problem. Anyway, Chipper, in more trouble, is dead. Again.
This is the problem with Chipper. Any other suicide would have been kind of escape.
Yep.
I am not a fan of Chipper suicide.
When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it also does not work. So, it might be a tautology, but it's like.
I mean, I guess he can win 1 versus 1 against Doctor in a long lane, but it's not that like given. So I don't know. Seems pretty bad.
I mean, I don't know how experienced. I mean, Debstress plays a lot of Chipper. Like Chipper and Magnus are his easily his two most popular and favorite heroes. I don't know. He is new to the suicide role though. He's usually a mid player, or at least he was before this. So I don't know how much experience he's got playing Chipper suicide. And probably looking for something on this Madman, but Madman gonna be able to get away. Yeah, she throws an auto attack, which means felt like he could have had a Puppeteer's hold and then a kill.
When I play Puppet, I'm not a huge fan of maxing Whiplash.
And Rhapsody in middle lane is going to be in a lot of trouble. She will die. Turret actually helping to kill that. So once again, the Magnus NG really good.
Kraken can't do anything to help.
Right. And Kraken actually could be in some trouble as well. Looking for the charge. Magnus probably wants to go with him at this point. No. Kraken will be able to get it off. In the bottom lane, meanwhile, Chipper, again, going to be in some trouble. Throws a rocket out, and actually will be alright. I kind of feel like he maybe should have manned up there. He's got a lot of mana.
Yeah.
And he probably would have survived the autos.
Well, he would have been close.
At this point, you've taken 2 deaths. You might as well take a risk.
You might have taken 3 deaths.
Well, is 3 that much worse than 2? I don't think so. And if you get the kill, then...
Suppose. But on my point about Puppet, I don't really like maxing Whiplash here. I think it's...
yeah.
I'd rather see him maxing his Puppet show and just spamming it every time he sees Madman to get like 2-3 extra auto attacks every time.
Yeah.
It's also better in team fights and such.
And I feel like he's got a kill opportunity here, and he's just not taking it. Bottom lane, Chipper's dead again. Well, good rotation from Engineer, but...
they need to change something up with the Chipper.
Just have him go.
Not sure where he can go though. There's like
yeah.
They lock themselves into these lanes very hard. There's nowhere Rhapsody can go. There's nowhere Chipper can go.
And top
Keeper
lane
is farming slowly.
All right, we're gonna see the Voodoo Puppet, and they might actually be able to get a kill onto. Yep. And there goes Pinky.
Oh,
so
I was close.
Just barely enough damage, but again, I felt like he could have done that like 2 minutes ago, and then he would have had his ult back, and then he could have done it again right there.
But that was close, and that was with tower help, so I'm not sure about that. Earlier,
he had him real low, and he was close enough to get to be in auto attack range. So,
okay.
I mean, he was about 2/3 health. He had both Puppet Show and Puppeteer's hold. He had the Voodoo Puppet, and he threw an auto attack at Madman while he was running into the river, which means he must have had range. So.
Well, if there was nothing to use his W against, then he would just keep running. And a Q, he can still use Invis while it's in Q, so...
Right, I think it would just lock him down long enough for the stock to wear off, and then...
You think so? I don't think it would.
What is it, 2.5 second bind? And how long is the stock?
4 seconds.
4 seconds. Yeah, so not long enough, that's true. Still should have gone for it.
Why
Maybe
not?
you get lucky. Anyway, Rhapsody gonna take some damage here in the middle lane. She's dead. Now I guess we're getting blocked out by the creeps. That's not a problem because Tempest takes a tower aggro. And so last game was relatively passive. This game not so much.
It was pretty one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they can kill Madman here though.
I'm gonna stock in. There's a voodoo puppet.
He's
so
going, but
some damage.
Keeper's...
Yeah, here comes Keeper. Gonna put the root on. You can see him because of the stock, and now he's gonna leave. Gets
good.
dust out, and there's Bucketeer Soul, so that's gonna be a death. Right?
No, that could have turned.
Right?
That could have turned bad. Oh my god, it does. That was a bad play by Keeper.
Interesting. Oh god. And Doctor's here with double damage rune, and now Keeper's actually out of mana, so I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for that too.
In that case, Keeper has to wait for stock, like stock passing like 1 or 2 seconds before using his ultimate. He used his ultimate before he casted stock, so he was only lucky that he got him in stock. So he could have played that better for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Last game, Ogre had issues in the laning phase, but it felt like they had a team to recover from it. I don't think they have that this time. I mean, Chipper's gonna do nothing in this game. At all.
It's gonna be useless. I'd like to see Chipper taking 1 level in slow and 1 level in the focus buffer as well. I don't think he should get 2 levels slow. Especially as a suicide where being alive is important.
And Nox can get jumped on once again. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Gets the Voodoo Puppet onto Engineer. Actually going to turn this on Dr. Repulsor. So they do still get the kill, but Doctor dying. So really nice rotation there from Chipper. And that's what we see, the magical burst damage again coming out.
Yeah, that was good. Getting a kill on Fed Doctor is very important.
Yeah. And there's barrel roll onto Chipper. Kegston actually going to be dodged. And Chipper looking for the counter. We're going to get the kill on the Engineer. Is Madman going to be able to kill this Chipper? Yes, he will. So it's probably still a good trade as they lost only the support for a suicide.
That was well played.
Meanwhile, going to be in a lot of trouble also. She's going to get the staccatos onto the real Magnus. The issue is, can she actually live? Beautiful blocking from Keeper with the trees. And Magnus is just like, screw you. I'll clean up
That's one nice wall.
Minions, and he'll get some gold out of it, but not what he was looking for.
Goodbye Tempest to start pushing bottom alone. Good call. I think he should have done it earlier. The fact that the tower is still there is very questionable.
Especially with how badly they dominated this Chipper.
It's not like Chipper can farm here even though the tower is down, because the Doctor will just jump him every time.
Hello.
Oh my god, so many people.
They're gonna defend this, and Kraken's coming in here looking for something. Torrent goes onto Tempest, but they really can't do anything to this Doctor, so they have to lock down the Tempest. The issue is they have to be aware of the Tempest ultimate. Sawblade Shonen is there, and Tempest is really damn tanky. He's gonna survive. Here comes the energy field. Keeper of the Forest Root gonna connect onto 3 heroes, and Engie gonna die right off the bat. Tempest probably should have stuck around a little bit and dropped an ultimate, but instead he's gonna run away. Meantime, they will kill the Kraken. And Madman's very low. Pops power supply though. Gonna get really aggressive here. Rhapsody, 1 more auto attack. She's dead, so that's gonna be a finish off from Dr. Repulsor. Here comes Magnus. Sparrow slows there, and the Lava Surge just connects. So they still end up with what is that? 3 hero kills. Keeper of the Forest is still alive. And
everything is working out perfectly for Legion. Everyone's surviving with 1 health. Just Engineer blocked the last rocket that was hitting Tempest there with his body. Like I don't even think he did that. Like he wanted to do that. It just happened. So a lot of momentum for Legion right now in showing.
He saved his buddy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Didn't look like he did it with like I don't know what the word is, but
intention.
It didn't look as he. Yeah, intention. It didn't look like it seems intention.
Either way.
Not even a Whispering Hound finished here on Puppet, so it's very far behind.
I mean, does he even go Helm? I guess he has to go Helm at this point. I'm thinking maybe just get a Shroud and start trying to kill stuff, because...
Yeah. That's almost to the point where getting a Whispering Hound is too slow of an item build.
Yeah, and bottom lane, meanwhile, the Chipper once again. Real dead.
Yeah. Chipper as a suicide is not good. Like, not sold.
It is sometimes. Like, Jonas Mfane used to play a fair bit, and it would work out. But I think it's very situation specific. They only did it in particular drafts, and they protected it heavily with a ward. This was not a great situation to put it in, I don't think. And the ward was fine, but it didn't catch Tempest going below. So the first kill that they got on Chipper was when he came down under the pole camp, and they couldn't see him, as a result.
That's true. I guess the sense is that he beats Doctor 1 versus 1 and you want him against the Doctor.
Right.
Yeah, if that doesn't work, then he's screwed.
Well, it will deny a tier 2 in the bottom lane. And
they might want to set up something mid and they're coming back.
Hellborn sort of want to push, but I don't think they can. Like, they can't take a team fight right now. They don't have the power. I mean, Legion, it's not like they have a lack of ultis here. It's not like they have a lack of team fight potential. And they're gonna dive this engineer for reasons. I don't know why. Magnus is hanging out in their side, actually gonna miss a lot of surge.
Before he gets ultimate.
And there goes the engineer ult off. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Tempest ultimate is there, and Kraken can walk right into it. And that's gonna be a pretty serious issue. Raps the ultimate saving a lot, but it gets immediately cancelled. Actually stopped all your Magnus eruption, doesn't matter. Everybody in the Hellborn side is getting destroyed. And they're just all dead.
That was amazing.
I don't know what their plan was.
Maybe they weren't expecting everyone to be there, which is pretty stupid, I guess. But
yeah,
they needed to do something. I suppose.
Yeah, I guess they needed to do something, but like that wasn't it.
No. And running into the ultimate with 2-3 people is not it either.
Honestly, I feel like every single time I see a Tempest, there's people walking into his ultimate. I don't know if it's that I'm just looking for it now or what, but every single game, it happens at least once.
I'm not sure about that. Why they do that? They just want to interrupt him so badly. They like.
I guess it's not the easiest to tell exactly what the radius is, so it's not super easy to say. Alright, well anyway, Doctor get caught out here a little bit. They already do kill the Keeper of the Forest. Doctor is going to be in some trouble. Finally gets finished off by Sawblades. In the meantime, they're locking down this Rhapsody on the Kraken, and here comes the Magnus with a Lava Surge. They will kill Adro on the Engineer, and Kraken looking for something else. Not going to find it. The rest of the Legion side a little bit low. They've got mana. The issue is health. And the Hellborn side aren't really sure if they want to take this anymore. Magnus has a portal key, gonna be able to catch a Chipper and another Magnus. So nice Kraken, very well done with the Lava Surge. Looks like Papa can be in some trouble in the background as well. There goes Kraken trying to kill Tempest. Is he gonna be able to get him? Glacial Blaster there. Nope. Release the Kraken. Only gonna catch a couple of heroes, not Tempest. So they will lose 2 more for nothing. And ends up being Nox pretty much the only survivor.
When you're behind 14k after 16 minutes, then it's you need to have you need to focus all your spells on one hero and then get out till you're evening it out, because your spells is not going to be enough to kill a whole team.
Right. This doesn't seem to be their plan. Their plan seems to be, I don't know.
The plan seems to be just keep on trucking till everyone's dead.
And this game might be substantially shorter than the other one.
And the Magnus is gonna solo ult in top now.
Yep. And Puppet's in trouble, and Puppet's in dead.
Not even a vestment on Puppet, and following with int boots. Yeah.
And it looks like he's abandoned the Whispering Helm, and is in fact going for the Shroud.
Shroud, like you said. Good call, man.
But now he has neither. So yeah. It's less effective in that manner. Like, I feel like if you're gonna get the helm, commit. Anyway, Chipper in the bottom lane is dead. Nothing you can do about that. Dr. Pulsar actually went for the Grimoire, which I feel like Icon. This would have been, if there's any game where you'd want an Icon, it's this game. I mean, they got 23 hero kills in 17 minutes, and they have no real reason to stop.
Although you saw how quickly he got picked him up there with the Grimoire, it went so fast.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
Well, it's hard to criticize pretty much anything they're doing at this point.
Yeah. The Grimoire is fine, and the Icon is fine. Kind of depends on what kind of style you want to go for.
Yeah. When you look at the GPM charts right now, and it's like, it's not going so well. It's just.
I think you could buy any item now, and it wouldn't matter. So.
That's not exactly expert analysis, but I think Ogre's in trouble.
Well, I think that's what an expert would say. So.
Right, but I'm not necessarily one of those, so it might be the same, but I'm just lucky. That's how that works. Because I'm not getting paid a whole lot of money to say stuff like this. It's like, I'm sure you watch professional sports, and will they catch Puppet? Or else Keeper even? I can't even tell. I'm sure you watch professional sports, but if you know anything about the sport that you're watching, like a lot, it's often hilarious, because I'm not sure if the announcers just don't know things, or if they have to, you know, like dumb themselves down because the average viewer doesn't want to listen to a whole bunch of like really complicated ideas. But it's
it could be different in the US from how it is in Sweden. But in Sweden, there's like some expert analysis people who jumps in and do an expert analysis.
Right, that'll happen too. But anyway, Nox is dead, Clockmuck's dead, Money General's dead, everybody's dead. There's 3 people dead, and Dextrass is dead. 4 people are dead. This is me just counting who's dead. And yeah, they're calling GGs.
GGs are called.
That's perfectly understandable. At this point, I'm not really all that surprised.
They got outdrafted that last game pretty hard.
Yeah. And then outplayed
the laning
really, really hard.
Were, outplayed as well. They had so much more confidence and momentum. And they locked themselves into their lanes too hard with those picks. They couldn't change anything up, so if they lost, it was completely lost. So.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a bit of a disappointment there for the guys on Shrek is Love. They will get knocked down to losers bracket and ChatroulleteboyZ. Moving on to the winners bracket finals, which means that they are 1 series victory away from advancing to Diamond for Cycle 5. And that puts them in a pretty good position. Even if they lose there, they get knocked down to losers bracket finals, and they'll get another chance to win a series to go to the to Diamond division. But anyway, that'll do it here for this cast and for now. So we'll see you guys probably in a few hours.